Hi, I'm Jim. I'm in my mid-60s, and about 3 years ago I retired from my job as a classic desk jockey and moved down here to Devon. I'd spent way too much of my time in meetings behind my desk and on aeroplanes, and emails and PowerPoints and spreadsheets were all a big part of my life. On the other hand, I would regard myself as having been pretty active during my adult life. A lot of walking and hiking. Got a bike, which I used a lot. I used to do a lot of dinghy sailing, some skiing every now and again, and all the usual DIY and gardening activities. So I wasn't unfit, or at least I didn't think so. Probably regard all of these as hobbies and pastimes rather than sport, and I certainly hadn't done any team sports like rugby or football or cricket since leaving school, and definitely no gym classes or fitness training. It was my worst nightmare. And so what's changed? Well, over the last year or so I've started to notice that I'm a lot less strong than I used to be. Tasks that were once very easy, I have to put a bit more effort in. Things like putting bikes on my bike rack, moving the ladder when I'm painting windows, that kind of thing. And so I need to do something about it. What I was hoping to get from the GeneHacker program was some motivation to do something about all of this and to keep on doing it until I was fit and strong again. Having never done a fitness course before, not even a workout video, this was always going to be a bit of a challenge. Anyway, here we are in week 10 of the GeneHacker program, and I thought it might be a good idea to share some comments about how I thought it was going. The good news is that I'm still here, still doing it, making some really good progress and still enjoying doing it. I've had a couple of wobbles along the way, but Rory is very encouraging and has managed to keep me on track. And that's the first thing that I've really liked about the GeneHacker program. It's personal and it's interactive, and Rory is clearly interested in my progress and he's happy to spend time discussing it, encouraging me and offering advice during the Zoom meetings. I like that and I value it. I also like the feeling of being in a group with others. It's not that I know any of the other people, and we certainly don't work together as a team or a group, but I do like to think that there are other people doing the same things at the same time with similar motivation, and that is important to me. I also like the feeling of being in a group with others. It's not that I know any of the other people and we don't operate as a group or a team, but I do like to think that there are other people in my position doing the same sort of things at roughly the same time and with the same goal. And this has been an important part of the motivation for me. I like the conversational style that Rory uses in putting over his message. I feel that he's chatting to me rather than lecturing at me. The downside is that this can get a bit long-winded at times and even a bit repetitive. I think Rory knows this, but I think he's very good at getting his message across without making it hard work. And this is a key point, I really like the fact that Rory understands what he's saying and doing. He demonstrates that he is a sports scientist with a good fundamental understanding of the way that the human body is built and the way it works. What he explains and teaches is not just made up or imagined. It is based on well understood principles and then refined over the years that he's spent teaching fitness classes and personal training. Rory is clearly very knowledgeable, he knows what he's talking about, and really importantly, he's able to put it over in a clear and easily digestible way. It's not easy, but I think he does it really well. So the other key point is the content of the program. I wasn't sure at the start, and it took me a couple of weeks to properly understand how the program was going to work, but I am a big fan now. I like the week-by-week explanation of each step in the program. I like the mixture of breathing and movement and nutrition, showing how they're interrelated and how they're all equally important. And the gradual building up of the exercises week by week. And finally, I do like the data. I have a science background and I like to have a few numbers around me to analyse. So it's really good to be able to see that I am now fitter than I was at the start of the programme, and there are some numbers that back that claim up. In fact, with hindsight, I wish that I'd made rather more measurements of how I was at the beginning, and I'd suggest it would be really good to measure waist and arms and thighs. Certainly it's great to do the fitness test at the beginning, and I'd suggest maybe find a long staircase or a steep street to walk up and take a note of the time to get to the top. It's simple things, but being able to measure my progress has been a really important part of my motivation. So I'm definitely fitter and definitely stronger than I was at the start of the program, and I do have some numbers to back that up. Well done, Rory.